1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
There we go. Should be back now. Muted. Hello! We're back now. You see this little cable here? It wasn't plugged in properly. So there we go. I'm not actually muted now. How is it going? We're here for the Game Week 18 deadline stream. All I said was we had the Game Week 17 was pretty good for a lot of us. I got 100 points. I'm not expecting a Game Week anywhere near that good this week. But you never know. All those players that didn't score last week, De Bruyne and Nunez, it could happen. And that green arrow from Game Week 18 could definitely be red before Game Week 19. So let's see what happens. Is Salah injured? No. I don't think so. Garnacho, when can we play him? Like for FPL? I mean, he's not anywhere near nailed on, is he? What's your plan for New Year's? Probably go out for dinner very early, get home very early, and possibly even be in bed before 12. Like, I want to, I'm not like, I was going to say like Scrooge. Like how people always say the Scrooge of Christmas, you just don't like Christmas. Like, fair enough, everyone else wants to go out for New Year's. Like, I'm not against it, but it's just like, to me, it's just another night of the year. Apart from it's usually more round and more expensive, so I just don't really care, to be honest. Also, like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, New Year, new me, I'm going to do all this exercise, and then you're just hungover on New Year's Day. So I'll probably be in, to be honest, not do a lot. God, I mean, there's going to be New Year's Day is going to be videos. The deadline is today. There's loads of games tomorrow, so it's hard to do videos tomorrow because all the games are on. And then you've only got the first because the second is deadline day. So I'll be doing work on New Year's Day. What's the biggest fireworks display? Honestly, no idea. No idea. I'm definitely Christmas over New Year's. Absolutely. Getting hammered tomorrow. No, far from it, I would expect. Happy birthday for the first. We might talk some FPL soon. We could just talk about New Year's. Noah A, thank you for becoming a member. Danny, how's it going? Happy New Year to you too. James to Shaw and Nketiah to Havertz for a -4. I don't know why you would take out Nketiah for a -4, to be honest. I mean, you could just get Havertz next week, and you could just get him either for Nketiah or for Darwin Nunez. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't take the hit this week. Ben, Darwin Nunez, becoming a channel member. Thank you very much. Need Foden urgently. Any last chance for Zaha? I'm not sure what you mean by need Foden urgently, and I don't know what you mean by last chance for Zaha, to be honest. I mean, Zaha's got a good fixture this week. You could definitely keep him. I have Wilson and James play Andreas or get Mitro. I mean, that depends. Do you want Wilson next week? Because if you don't, you could just get Mitrovic now. Am I mad starting Adams instead of Martinelli? There's not many like Che Adams. I would just start Martinelli, to be honest. You could do live streaming of the games tomorrow. Nah, they're not that popular. They're not that popular, to be honest. I know in general watch-alongs are fairly popular. They're not massively popular for FPL, though. Anyway, just onto my team quickly. I've done Wilson to Mitrovic, which I said, if you watched the final thoughts video earlier, I said it on there. I did it last night. Wilson went down in price, Mitrovic went up, so I saved 0.2 million. I've seen what was said by Eddie Howe about Wilson. I'm still not that confident about a start. I think if you want to keep him, fair enough. It's a good fixture, and he's got good long-term fixtures as well, which Mitrovic definitely doesn't have. But it just feels like it's risk-free. As long as Mitrovic is fit enough to start, Southampton at home's a good fixture. I think there's more chance of Mitrovic starting than Wilson starting. And even if Mitrovic gets I know everyone's like, I know all non-owners are just, I really hope Mitrovic gets a yellow card. But it doesn't really matter to me because he's still going to play in game week, apart from injury stuff, he's going to play in game week 19 anyway. And I just probably won't captain him. So I'll just captain Mason Mount, which is kind of the plan when I first got him. So, yeah. It just seemed like an obvious move to me. And I had Reece James. If I only had Wilson and Reece James wasn't injured or something, would I have maybe just played Ben White and bench Wilson? Possibly, but I think I had to make a move this week. It's a bit annoying because I already feel like I'm a transfer down to a lot of other people. And people that started with Mitrovic over Wilson, they're a transfer up and like 15 or 10, 11, 12 points up, whatever it is. I guess it's 15, bar whatever you got off the bench. Gabriel or Luke Shaw? I'd probably go Gabriel. I think Arsenal defenders generally are better. Not that Luke Shaw's bad. I'm going to sack it out for Mount in. I mean, maybe in game week 19. I wouldn't go out of my way to get rid of Saka, to be honest. He's got to be the best 8 million in the game, hasn't he? Is Cresswell an option? I mean, he's okay. The fixtures are pretty good. But I think I'd prefer Luke Shaw or a Chelsea defender for the short term. Maybe an Arsenal defender. Maybe even a second Newcastle defender, possibly. Cucurella or Shaw to replace James? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would just go Cucurella because you know that Chelsea have got a double. You don't know that for sure with Shaw. I feel Solanke's going to remind us why he should be in the conversation. Yeah, Solanke's a pretty good option just because he's cheap. He'll always be good because he's cheap, right? You went Greenwood to Havertz. I mean, that's a pretty nice upgrade. Greenwood's not going to get many minutes. Is the stream laggy at all? His computer's doing my head in. It's just all of a sudden become laggy, and I wonder if it's like the RAM or something. I can't upgrade to Windows 11 because I've got to do a bunch of things before it'll let me. No. Someone said a bit. Everyone else said no. Okay, maybe it's just the back end. Am I an idiot for benching Trippier for White last week? Newcastle were away, but I wouldn't call you an idiot. But even I am at the point now where Trippier's just permanently play. Even next week, when Ben White's at home to Newcastle and Trippier's away to Arsenal, I'm probably just going to play Trippier. To be honest with you. Chances of Walker starting? I mean, there's a chance. I don't know what percentage to put on it, though. He didn't get any minutes in the last game, so I'd be a little bit worried. I wonder what did Luke do for his predictions? Let's have a look. Yeah, I feel like playing Trippier is a bit like captaining Haaland. I just got to accept it. There's no point fighting it. Yeah, Luke has got Kyle Walker starting. But he says if he's not fit, then Akanji could just play centre-back and John Stones could play right-back. So, I don't know. I mean, the problem is at some point, if Kyle Walker doesn't start, he's probably going to have to come on just to get some minutes. That's the only issue. It's good enough fixture to probably just play him, though. Should I get rid of James or roll the transfer? How much can he drop in price for the next deadline? I mean, players can drop a maximum of 0.3 million per game week. But I would suspect he'd only drop once before game week 19, just because of the quick turnaround. Like, I don't know what he's at now. Obviously, he is red flagged as well, so I think he needs more transfers out than normal. But I can't remember the rules. Yeah, he might drop tonight. Whether or not he'll drop again before 19, I think it would be difficult for that to happen. But you never know. Whether or not you roll the transfer, it's kind of up to you. Like, I guess for anyone that's thinking about transferring out James and rolling the transfer, the question is, what are you waiting for when it comes to rolling a transfer? Is it double game week news? Do you just want 2 free transfers to spread the cash around? Like, if nothing's really going to change next week, you could just remove him this week. I can't remember what locks the prices, if I'm honest. It's one thing I've just never got in my head and remembered. It probably tells you on FPL statistics somewhere. It might just be that it takes more. It might just be that it takes more transfers out to go down. But I don't know if I don't know if he's locked or not. I don't know. I just don't know. Status is I. What does I status mean? You'd have to read the rules. I don't think I'm going to be able to see it from here. I don't know. Oh, injured. Yeah, okay. A is available, right? Makes sense. Next week, Darwin to Havertz if he gets over 70 this week. And James Kukurea -4. I don't think you need to take... Unless you really want to captain Havertz, I don't think you need to take a -4 of Darwin to Havertz, to be honest. Do you think Foden will start? Yes. Is Alvarez back? No. I think he's back after this game. I think Foden will probably start. If he doesn't start this game, he really is... I think he then goes straight to sell status, because there's no reason why Pep can't start him. He's got minutes off the bench in both the last 2 games. It's a quickish turnaround. It's not like the worst they've ever had. If he doesn't start, it just reminds me of back before, where he only started 3 in the last 4 before the break. Wilson's Mitrovic or James for sure. Miss price rise. I mean, I think, like, you're probably, whichever move you don't do this week, you're probably going to do next week, right? That's what I was thinking with my team. And so who would you rather have this week? Mitrovic against Southampton at home or Shaw against Wolves? Well, I'd rather have Mitrovic, personally. Who are you going for captain? It's on screen. White or Shaw to start? I'd probably start Shaw. I think it's a slightly easier game and he's slightly more attacking. Even though Arsenal are a better defence, I'd probably go Shaw. Can I make a wildcard team? I'm not going to... No. We only just had a wildcard, so I'm not going to make it. I mean, wildcard probably isn't too dissimilar to this team, to be honest. Sell James, free transfer, or put on White from the bench. Yeah, same things I said just a minute ago. Like, there's no right or wrong answer for selling Reece James. Like, do you need more information? Do you want to wait until next week? What if we get double... I don't think we're going to get double game week info next week for what it's worth, but we might do. Like, an extra game week's worth of thinking time. Like that's what I would ask. Like, if you're thinking about waiting for Reece James to sell him, what are you waiting for? And if there's something, then wait. Like, playing Ben White or someone like that off the bench is no issue with that at all. Lots of people are benching Ben White this week. Lots of people are, like, I'm benching him, but I had to get rid of Wilson. But lots of people who don't have that issue are still benching him, just for 2 free transfers. James the Ream and Bueno to Azpilicueta. I'm no bench and I have Wilson. Do you need to take a hit? Ream and Azpilicueta. I mean, it sounds okay-ish, I guess. I mean, Fulham have got a double, but I wouldn't be expecting too many clean sheets from them. I know Bueno's got Man United, but I don't know if you need to take a hit there, to be honest with you. James to Robertson for free or play White and roll. Yeah, again, like, are you going to want Robertson next week? Because if you are, you could just get him this week, right? If you're not sure about whether or not you should have Robertson, then you probably should just play White and roll. Wilson to Mitrovic -4. Have Pereira on the bench. I think a -4 will come anyway in game weeks 2021. Yeah, but it might not. I'd probably just play Pereira, I think. I mean, there's not that much upside in the -4. Apart from I guess if Wilson's bench and Mitrovic plays, there's a bit of upside, yeah. Yeah, you could just do it now. Like if you don't think Wilson starts and you got no good bench, then yeah. I think Andreas is okay to play this week, to be honest. Why are so many people looking to offload Martial? I think just because they want Mitrovic, really. Can't be many more reasons than that, because why would you say? He's got Bournemouth at home next week. I mentioned Arsenal defenders. Brighton's going to be a hard game. Yeah, I mean, I was going to do that as well, but then Reece James got injured, so needs must. Bench White or Andreas? I would definitely play Andreas out of those two, I think. Eddie Howe has said that I think he said something like Wilson's better. They'll have to see if he can be part of the squad. That doesn't sound great to me in terms of a start, but who knows? I'm just trying to find it now. He said, let me just see it here. It'll all be on the Fantasy Football Scout website. Callum's improved. He trained with us yesterday, so he's in a better place. We'll see how he gets through today before deciding if he makes the squad. Now, obviously, that might not be really what's happening. Eddie Howe might think Callum Wilson's perfectly fine and he's definitely going to make the squad, but that's what he said. So the fact that they're not even guaranteeing that he'll be in the squad makes me a little bit worried about whether or not he'd start. Don't you think Haaland will be rested? I don't think... No, not really. I mean, Alvarez isn't there. They could play someone like Foden at in the number 9 position, but I think Haaland could just start again. Yeah, it's happened before. He needs to build up his match fitness, I would say. Start Wilson and hope and pray, or start White against Brighton. If you've got a good bench, if you're keeping Wilson and you've got a good bench, I'd probably just play the bench player. I don't think Wilson's going to start. Depends how much you're willing to risk that, though, I guess. Depends how much you're willing to risk it. Because it would be annoying if you bench him when he starts, right? I get that. I get that. What do you think about getting Shaw in for James, or should I just roll the transfer and play White? That is like, I mean, I've answered this question on the Game Week preview. I pretty much went through it in final thoughts, and I've already like answered that question about 10 times in this stream. The only reason I would roll is if you want more information and you're not sure about the defender that you're going to bring in. So, like, if you're asking me, should I get Shaw or roll, that tells me you're not quite sure about Luke Shaw, about how long-term you want him. In which case, you should probably just play White and roll. I'm worried about no Spurs attack. Not really. About as worried as I was last week, which wasn't worried at all. I got to be honest, right? Without looking it up, I can't even tell you who Spurs... Let me see if I can guess. Who are Spurs playing this week? Can't even think. It's not Wolves or Everton. That's Man City and Man United. Liverpool have got Leicester. They just played Brentford. I'm not going to look at the chat. It's not Fulham because they got Southampton. Chelsea have got Forest. Is it Palace? No, because Palace have got a good fixture, so it's not them. Who else is left in the league? It's not Nottingham Forest because that's who Chelsea have got. Arsenal have got Brighton. I don't even know who Spurs have got. I don't want to look at the chat. I'm trying to think of what other teams there are. I can't even think of any other teams right now. Liverpool, Leicester. I'm trying to look down the list of badges. Who's playing who? I don't think I can get it. I don't know who else is in the league. It's going to be someone obvious, isn't it? I'm going to have to look. I'll give myself 10 more seconds, then I'm looking at the chat. Spurs. Kane. Who did Kane have in Game Week 18? Southampton? No. Someone who's playing Southampton? I feel like I've got a player that's playing Southampton. Oh yeah, Mitrovic. Leeds? Who have Leeds got? Leeds have got Newcastle. I don't know. Who is it? I don't know. Oh, Villa. Of course. Villa. Yes. Rhymes with Raston Miller. Villa, yeah, I couldn't remember. That was a fun game. But no, I'm not worried about them at all. And by the way, I think like if you can get past worrying about other players, FPL does become a little bit easier. I mean, it's not always easy to take, but it's not that I'm sit here thinking I'm not worried because Kane is going to blank. Kane will probably score again. He might even score twice, but I cannot fit him in this team without getting rid of Salah, and I'd rather have Salah. That's all there is to it. So yeah, I'm not worried. Same reason I'm not worried about Almiron, because I've got 5 pretty good midfielders. I'm not. I mean, I'm a little bit worried about Darwin Nunez, I guess, because Leicester's a good fixture. But again, I'd have to get rid of Cancelo. So let's see what Cancelo does this week. Thoughts on Darwin captain? Finishes due a large return, and Leicester are leaking goals again. I mean, sure, he's okay, but he's not as good as Salah, in my opinion. He's not as good as Haaland. So if you really want to go differential, you could go for him. But I think people are maybe slightly overestimating just how much he deserves from an FPL point of view. Like, I was having a look earlier. Like, he has scored 5 goals from 5.9 XG. So even if we say that it's going to even out a bit, that's like just under 1 goal. Let's say he gets 0.5 XG. Like, what does he deserve? What's he due? It's probably like 1 or 2 goals, right? Which is good. Of course. But does it put him above Salah or Haaland captain? Probably not. I mean, I guess, yeah, if you think Haaland is definitely going to be benched, you could take that risk, but I don't think that's that likely. Leicester have no Tielemans. Ouch. But I agree. As you know, Darwin, I can't wait for some classic Darwin Nunez. It's going to be amazing. Apart from this time, he may well score. And he may well score 2 or 3 times. I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it at all. Because like Mason Mount did well last week for me with 10 points. But realistically, he is the guy that's up against everyone else's third striker. And for a lot of people, that third striker is Darwin Nunez. I mean, I guess it's a bit more like Cancelo and Mount versus Darwin and a cheaper defender. But we won't get into that, right? That gets a bit messy then. I didn't sell James because I sold Wilson instead. James to Cucurella or Shaw. I'd probably choose Cucurella right now just because the Man United double's not guaranteed. But I do think Luke Shaw's a better long-term option. So I guess it depends on... The only thing I would think about is, are you going to have to transfer that player? If you get Cucurella, you're going to want to transfer him soon. Because if you are, I'd probably just go Shaw instead. James Cucurella or Shaw. Yeah, just answered that one. Wilson to Mitrovic or Havertz. Mitrovic, I think. And just hope for the yellow card not to come. I have Kane, Darwin and Haaland. Given Mitro's suspension situation, if Darwin blanks again, does it make sense to get Havertz? I mean, whether or not he blanks doesn't really matter, right? He's still a good option going forward. So you're going to captain Havertz? If you're not going to captain Havertz, I probably wouldn't bother. What's your plan with Rashford? Will you sell or hold after game week 19? Don't know yet. Don't know. I mean, now I've done Wilson to Mitrovic, I think I've got like 1.2 million in the bank. Yeah, 1.2. So if I did James down to... Let's just say I go to Luke Shaw like everyone else is talking about. Where is he? Oh my God, the lag. I'd have 2.1 million. So if I did Rashford out, I can go up to another 8 million midfielder. That would be pretty tempting. Like Gakpo possibly, someone like that. I wonder if Chrome is the issue. I wonder if Chrome needs an update. How do I update Chrome? Oh, hang on. Let me just do this a sec. It's up to date. I feel like Chrome is what's like really slowing the computer down, which is mad. Yeah, so Rashford could possibly be sold, but I don't really have a plan. I think with Rashford, look, Man City Arsenal's not great, but he's also less than 7 million, so I'm not going to worry. Not going to worry. Yeah, Mitrovic could get a yellow then a red. Could happen. No. Duncan, thank you very much for becoming a member. Is there any update on Dalot? Not that I've seen. Don't know if Ten Hag says anything about him today. Let me see. Yeah, no news as far as I know. I think Dalot was in training. That's the only thing I would say. But I don't see an issue with Luke Shaw, to be honest. Yeah, but I got like 32 gig of RAM, and nothing's changed. So it shouldn't really affect things. No, it's not that. It's different kind of lag this time. That was internet lag before. That was super annoying. This is, I don't know what this is. Play Cucurella or White? I'd play Cucurella. How did you feel about Messi winning the World Cup? I think once England were out, it's probably the best. I mean, once England were out, it was either Messi or Netherlands that I wanted to win. Just because of Van Gaal. But, yeah, felt good, I guess. What to do with Zaha if I own him? Hold him for this week. Ooh. Maybe get rid of him next week. I'm very sure on Shaw. It's just that many people are saying to roll the transfer. And if I rolled, I could honestly see myself doing the same moves. Then get him. If it's an upgrade for this week, just get him. One of the reasons that people are waiting for next week is because they're hoping for double gaming news, which might happen. And if it does, they will be in a really good position. But it ain't guaranteed by any stretch. Remember, the deadline is today. The next deadline is Monday, right? 31st, first? Yeah, Monday, 4 o'clock. Accidentally triggered my triple captain on Domagoj. You can cancel it, though. Oh, versus Fulham. 1 assist. How screwed am I? Am I looking at a 20 loss when Haaland is triple captain to the field? I mean, it depends what Haaland gets, right? Possibly. It'd be interesting to see whether people triple captain Haaland in game week 20, right? Like game week 20, Man United away, Spurs at home. Is that triple captain? I think most people will probably wait for better fixtures, but could just do it now. Dallo is back in training, so he should start tomorrow. I'd be very surprised if he starts tomorrow. Like hamstring injury, back in the World Cup. Why throw him straight in when Wan-Bissaka can just play? Are you sure on Luke Shaw? Some people are. Tony or Odegaard? Odegaard. Defense, Trippier, James, Cancelo, Patterson, Bueno. Thinking of James to Shaw or Botman, or do you think Robertson's a better pick? I'm not fully convinced by the Robertson pick. Like, he is attacking, but Liverpool's defense... I mean, obviously, historically, it's been good. It hasn't been great right now, like recently, and he is quite expensive. So what does that block you doing that you might want to do in the future? So obviously, if you go for Shaw or Botman, they're a lot cheaper, so you can spend that money on your midfield or forwards. Yeah, obviously they got the double in 23 as well. Villa at home. Arsenal away is quite tough, though. I still think people might wait, but let's see. Who knows? Villa at home. It's only 3 days in between. It's a possibility. Are people actually forgetting Perisic? I know Spurs are poor right now. Well, there you go. But fixture-wise, it's all right, and he seems nailed on. He might even play as a front three. I don't think he's going to play as in the front three while Kulusevski and Son are fit, to be honest with you. Like, but fixture-wise... so Spurs are poor, that's one issue. And he seems nailed on, but Sessegnon's going to take minutes at some point, right? I mean, Perisic is an okay pick, for sure. But I don't think people are really missing out that massive, to be honest. That massively. Who to bench for Mitchell out of Mount, Rashford, Foden, Saka, Martinelli? Can you bench? I guess Mount. Oh my god, excuse me. It's not good, an hour out. Tickly throat already. Paul Strong, thank you very much for becoming a member. Much appreciated. For anyone that is a member, I'm gonna try and do a members stream before the next deadline. I don't know when it'll be yet. Robertson only expensive as a defender. If you think of him as a midfielder, he's right up there with Rashford, etc. He doesn't have the same offensive threat as Rashford. Like for a defender, yeah, his attacking threat is pretty good, but to say it's the same as Rashford's not true. So you do need the clean sheets as well. And also, you're also missing out that it's not a straight comparison between Rashford and Robertson, because if you go for, let's say you got the same money for both combinations, if you go for Rashford, you can get like a 4.5 million defender. You can get a 4.5 million midfielder and Robertson, but they're nowhere near as good. Obviously, you can spend that much on a defender. I'm literally sat here with Cancelo, but I don't know. Robertson's okay. He's okay. If Liverpool get a double, I'll be all over them. I'm not sure before that. Oh wow! Thank you very much. Gifted a membership. I didn't even know you could. Can you do that? Finally, how did you do that? How did you do that? Because I've been trying to do that for ages. Interesting. You can gift memberships. You have to tell me how to do that. I thought it was just on the money thing at the bottom of the chat. Tell us a knock joke. Oh no, wait. Do I start? Yeah, I start. How does a knock joke? Knock. You can go to the dollar button below and then it will show you membership gift or something. I don't have that. How stupid is that? I do want to give memberships. Who's there? Salah hat-trick. I can't do it. It's not there. I wonder if... What if I go like... Hang on. Oh. I'm in subscribers. Oh, I can't subscribe because I'm not signed in. I don't know. Make sure you have gifted turn on in your settings. Yeah, but if someone else can do it, it must be there, right? I wonder if you have to turn that on. I did read... Hang on. I can't become a member, though. How to buy and gift. Come on, man. Tell me. Oh, I can't watch a YouTube video because it's freaking lagging. I'll try and figure it out for the next stream. Who's there? Salah hat-trick. Yeah, that was my attempt at trying a funny not joke. Anyway, thank you for gifting that membership. Much appreciated. I will try and figure it out, and I will gift a bunch. Yeah. Like I can do a super chat for myself. Yeah, that's Wilson to Mitrovic feels wrong looking at the fixtures and Mitrovic yellow card. I know, but one plays Southampton at home and is likely to start, and then they have a double. Start Wilson or Andreas. I think I would probably start Andreas. I don't think Wilson's going to start, but I don't know. With Haaland almost 85% owned, are there any differential captains over the next 2 weeks that get a rank rise? Havertz. Yeah. I mean, Salah this week and Chelsea attackers next week, or Mitrovic next week. They are the differentials, I would say. I don't think they'll be different. I think by next week people will go and captain Chelsea players anyway, but we'll see. So I don't think they'll be differential, but... I know how to use YouTube, but like honestly, that's how I thought you gifted, right? There's a $sign at the bottom of the chat. I have that, but I don't have the option to gift memberships. Which is super freaking annoying. Maybe I have to go onto a different account and do it. I have 0.7 in the bank after the transfer this week. Does it make sense to get Mountain for Rashford by downgrading my 4th defender, Walker? That sounds like it's for a hit though, right? So probably not. Unless you really want to captain him next week. Yeah, but you don't gift it to yourself, you gift it to other people. That's the whole point. Ask Ross about gifting memberships. He gets it often. Yeah, but is he gifting them or are people gifting them on his channel? Anyway, we probably don't need to worry about this too much. I now think I should have done James Assurance that they're going to hit on Wilson to Mitrovic and then sold Wilson when he goes back up next week. No, I don't think you have. I have Laporte, and after being pepped last week, worth keeping this week. I think Laporte probably starts this week, yeah. I think you should play. Yeah, do you have to be an existing member? I can't become a member of my own stream, right? That would be stupid. Why would I do that? I don't even have the options to do that. Combo of Salah and Ketia or Saka Darwin. Ooh, probably Salah and Ketia. Weirdly, streamers can't give memberships within their own channel. It will be added as a feature early next year. Oh, that's freaking stupid. I mean, the whole thing of YouTube right now with live streaming is to try and make it as good. Try and make it as good as Twitch, right? And Twitch kind of has that nailed. But yeah, once I can do it, I'll gift a whole bunch. Striker starting with Nunez, Haaland and Kane is still dangerous, especially if midfielder is Salah, Almiron, Rashford and Mate. Of course, defence lacks for Dalot, White, Trippier and Kepa. Thoughts? It sounds alright. Do you need a much more expensive defence than that right now? Probably not. I think you'll want to assign some moderators who can then gift for you. No, they won't be able to gift for me because it comes out of my money, right? So if a moderator was able to gift subs out of my money, I don't think that would work somehow. What would stop them from doing like 100 or 200? See if I can do it on my phone. I've got an iPhone though. We know how rubbish they are. No. Nope. So annoying. Anyway, hopefully that'll be available soon. Vano, thank you very much. Cannot get that on TV. Is this possible as OBS as this is on my phone? Not sure what you mean. Would you start Azpilicueta or Shaw? Yeah, I don't mind Azpilicueta. This week I'd probably start Azpilicueta, I think. Why take out Martial for a hit? I mean, I definitely wouldn't be taking Martial out for a hit, I don't think. Maybe you should create a second account and use that one to gift memberships. Yeah, maybe, but that's also a pain. It would just make much more sense if YouTube allowed me to gift memberships on my own channel. Chaz, how's it going? I did have a good Christmas. Hope you did as well. Thoughts on Martial to Mitrovic this week? A lot of people seem to be considering that. I don't get it. I don't think I get it. Like, Mitrovic could definitely do better than Martial this week. He's got Southampton at home. Martial's got Wolves away. Martial's minutes probably not quite so good, and he's not on penalties either. But if Martial gets a yellow, if Mitrovic gets a yellow against Southampton, then surely you'd rather have Martial against Bournemouth than Mitrovic against Chelsea, right? I guess the only thing is, what if he doesn't get that yellow? Would you then still want to risk it next week? And if you do, you probably should just get him this week. So if he doesn't get a yellow this week, would you still make that move next week? And if you would, I would probably just get him now because he's got the better fixture this week and just hope he doesn't get a yellow. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense whatsoever? Are any Man City defenders nailed? I mean, given last week, no, but I guess Cancelo is probably still as close as it comes. What do you think of these Friday night streams, or prefer the Saturday? I mean, I guess it's kind of nice that you then get Saturday off, right? I don't really mind either way. I think this week, I don't mind because I've made my transfer anyway, so I'm kind of relaxed. Sometimes it's annoying to have to think of your transfer on a Friday, especially if you're not sure. See, I didn't bring Mitrovic in because of the injury, not because of the yellow, so that's why I've done it. But yeah, if you're not sure about him, don't get him. De Bruyne differential captain this week. I mean, if you want, but I think Haaland's better. By the way, thank you for the 16 months. Thank you for the 7 months, Chaz. Gone Wilson to Mitrovic too. Nice. I mean, the thing is, De Bruyne is never going to be a better captain than Haaland in my eyes. Like, there will be some games where he outscores Haaland, of course, but most of the time you're going to just put your money on Haaland over De Bruyne, like, for sure. Not stop to the break of dawn and keep moving, don't stop rocking. Akanji's literally played every game for City this season. Yeah, he has. And if that continues, he is absolutely great value, to be honest with you. I mean, the thing is, could it be Walker on the right, Cancelo on the left, Laporte on the left centre-back position, and Stones right centre-back? Possibly. How about captain in Odegaard? I mean, again, Odegaard's good, but I don't think he's suddenly captain material ahead of someone like Haaland. Haaland to get full minutes. He might not need full minutes. I think Haaland's a better captain than Nunez. That's what I would say. Who are you going to give the armband to in Game Week 19? My current thoughts are just put it on Mason Mount. I think he's got the best chance of playing both games out of all the Chelsea attackers. He's on some set pieces. Andy, a true blue fanboy. Oh, Danny, that is disappointing, because if you were a true fan of the 90s, you would know that what I was singing then was 5 and not blue. So I'm a little bit disappointed in you, I have to say. Although I like blue too. So yeah, it'd probably be Mount, because Mitrovic will still be 1 yellow card away from missing the game. So I don't know if I would take that risk. So I'll probably just go for Mount. Again, that was part of the reason to get him in. Martial to Mitrovic to set up for the game. Yeah, same as I said before. If you're going to do that move next week anyway, even if... if you're going to do that move next week, if Mitrovic doesn't get a yellow this week, I would probably just do it this week and hope for no yellow, I think. But there's no like, you don't have to do that transfer. It's not an essential move or anything like that. Start Andreas or Trossard? I mean, probably Trossard. Who's Trossard got? Trossard... Ah, he's got Arsenal, of course. I'd probably go Trossard, to be honest with you. Why the Wilson move and not James? Because I just think Mitrovic is better than any of the defenders. I'll just do the James move next week instead. Thoughts on Kane, and why'd you keep ignoring Almiron? Oh my God, Almiron, honestly. Almiron, just go away, Almiron. Okay, here's my question to you. I'm not ignoring Almiron. Which of these 5 midfielders, Salah, Rashford, Martinelli, Saka, Matt, am I supposed to be selling for Almiron? Who am I selling? Tell me. Thoughts on Kane? He's great, just a bit expensive for me, because I want Salah. Saka, Rashford, Mount, yeah. So Mount's got Nottingham Forest and a double game week, but I'm supposed to sell him for Almiron. Rashford's got Wolves away, then Bournemouth at home. I'm supposed to sell him for Almiron. Martinelli, one of the best value players in FPL season. I'm supposed to sell him for Almiron. Saka, come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. No chance. Saka, my God, come on. Saka's like one of the most non-negotiable players in my team. I mean, there's every chance that Almiron outscores Mount this week for sure, but there's no way I'm selling him before a double game week. Salah out, come on. It won't be long. By the way, we should note that Salah has finally gone ahead of De Bruyne in the overall standings. I did think it would happen about 7 game weeks ago, but it took a lot longer. So it's not too long now until Salah overtakes Almiron and takes his rightful place at the top of the midfield rankings. Come on, Salah. Back where you belong. Yeah, FPL K-Mag. I've seen that comment loads of times. I've replied to it as well. Yeah, look, Almiron has been brilliant. He's the top scoring midfielder in FPL, but I cannot get all those points that he's already got. So now I'm saying to myself, will he keep up that scoring rate? And I don't think he outscores any of my midfielders over the next 3 to 4 weeks. That's it. That's all there is to it. It doesn't matter that Almiron has outscored Saka. It's what he's going to do going forward. I remember that Saka is on penalties as well. It doesn't mean that I won't ever get Almiron, but right now I just don't need a cheap enabler. I might get him for Mount later on and use that money to, put up front instead. Who knows? Saka and Almiron will outscore Saka and Martinelli. I mean, they didn't last week. So, let's see this week, right? God, I'd love it if Almiron blanks now. I mean, I'd like it if every player that I don't own blanks, preferably. Shaw and Mitrovic or Botman and Havertz from 19. Shaw and Mitrovic, I think. Much more solid options. Why do you hate Almiron? I think Almiron's great. I just always want everyone I don't own to blank. Why wouldn't I? I mean, I've literally got 5 midfielders and I still can't fit Almiron into my team. Almiron gives you more money to play with a different kind of comparison. Yeah, of course, but where do I need that money? Yeah, I mean, you could say Nunez, for example, but Mitrovic and Saka versus Almiron Nunez. I think Mitrovic and Saka is where it goes, to be honest. Thoughts on when to use the bench boost? Historically, has been a bit of a millstone. Maintaining a good bench can be tempted to use early. Yeah, I mean, you can always use it a bit earlier if you've got a decent bench, but I definitely don't have that. I don't really have any thoughts right now on when to use it. I think we're better off waiting to see how the double game week falls and the big double game weeks, and then go from there. I mean, there's lots of cheap players that we can have on the bench anyway, so I don't think it'll be the end of the world. It's never that bad to have a decent bench either. So I think you just wait. Where do I need the money? Says the guy with Greenwood up front. I mean, like, Greenwood's literally a bench option. Like, I've only been screwed over because of James. And anyone saying that, I bet you're all the same people that moan when you've got points on your bench. Andre, thanks for creating Oscar. I hope you'll have a nice end of the year and a cracker new trip around the sun. I'm guessing that's another way to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year too. Almiron owners bullying everyone that doesn't own him. They're odd. I was gonna say, how do you know who owns Almiron? Because they will tell you. They will tell you over and over again. Selling James, can you rank Azpilicueta, Shaw, and Silva? I think because of price, I'd probably go that order: Azpilicueta, then Shaw, then Silva. Almiron is good. I like Almiron. I just don't own him. It's okay. I don't own Nunez either. I don't own Harry Kane. It might be the week that Almiron blanks. The problem is loads of my players probably blank this week. Keep Darwin or sell for Mitrovic or someone else. I mean, my question is, why would you want to sell Darwin this week when you've only got one free transfer? I don't get why people are looking at Darwin out, if I'm honest. Like, why? Why do people want to sell Darwin Nunez after 1 week with Leicester at home? How do you feel about double Arsenal defence against Brighton away? I mean, I prefer double Arsenal attack, especially long term. I think it's okay. I don't think it's the easiest game. I don't think Arsenal will keep it a clean sheet, put it that way. I can't see why anyone's selling Darwin this week, if I'm honest. surely you give yourself another week. Because if Mitrovic gets the yellow and he's only got Chelsea, then you wouldn't want to do Darwin to Mitrovic necessarily next week anyway. Saliba or Trossard, which one to bench? Saliba. Am I mad for putting the armband on Kane? No, I wouldn't ever say mad. But obviously Haaland is pretty good at the old football. Do you take a -8 for getting Mitrovic, Mount and Havertz? Almost certainly not, I would say. Looking at Darwin to Mitrovic for the double in 19, then to Kane for his potential double. Yeah, but surely, if you're thinking about doing Darwin to Mitrovic, I can't see why you would do it this week. Surely you wait till next week and see what the situation is with the yellows, and decide if you really want to do it. Just over 30 points more than me, but our ranks are 1 million apart. My hopes for top 500k is still on. Yeah, top 500k easy. There's loads of weeks left. Double game weeks to come. Like even next week, there could be some big swings, right? Some people will stick to Haaland captains. Some people will go for double game week captains. Going to be some swings. Captain Darwin as Haaland might be benched. If you really think Haaland's benched, you could do it, but I think he'll probably start. Thoughts on West Ham fixture run? Looks pretty solid short term. Possibly worth a gamble punt with Cresswell or Bowen. I just don't see how Bowen gets into our teams right now with the other midfielders we have to choose from. But he's not a bad option, I guess. Same with Cresswell. Like, he's a good option, but he just wouldn't be where my kind of priority thoughts would be for defenders right now. Like, I guess you got Botman, Shaw, Chelsea defender. You know, if Brighton get a double, you got Dunk. The fixtures are good. I just don't know about them as a team and them as options right now, to be honest. Do you like the idea of triple captain in the double game with Spurs and Man United? For Haaland, game week 23 is probably a little bit better. He's got to play Arsenal away, which is not great, but Villa at home in the first game is quite nice, so we'll see. Bowen gonna bang soon though. Looked great last week. Yeah, he's fine, but I guess how many £8 million midfield? Like, I just think Saka with penalties is just above Bowen, who's not on penalties now. Remember. And so how many £8 million slots have you got? How much is Bowen now? Maybe he's not anywhere near 8 million anymore. He was 8.5 though, wanting to start the season. So he's going to be, he's 8 million exactly. I mean, we can have a look at the fixtures here. They're not bad at all. So these are the fixtures for West Ham. Brentford at home, Leeds away, Wolves away. I mean, they're pretty good. The only thing is with Bowen, aren't his own like personal numbers really down this season? He is at 0.2 expected goals per 90. He was at 0.4 last season, and 0.12 expected assists. He was on 0.18 last season. So it's a big drop. It doesn't mean he can't turn that around, but you've got to be pretty confident to go for a punt like that, I think, over the other good 8 million mids. Wait, where's Ronaldo to... Where's the Ronaldo official statement? It's not there yet, is it? What do you think? Havertz or Mitrovic in? Have 8.5. I think Mitrovic is better. Amron owning CrossFit veganism. What comes first? I'm not sure what you mean. Foden some out for game week 19? Possibly, yeah. I mean, Chelsea away versus double game week. I would rather have Mount out of the two. I guess it depends what it stops you doing the week after, you know? It's obviously using the transfers to do that. Who to start, Botman or Ben White? I'd probably start Botman, I think. Just for Leeds at home versus Brighton away, probably, yeah. Thoughts on Cucurella? Duncan's my backup. Particularly don't like playing him, given I've Gabriel Saka and Martinelli. Also, Cucurella could be left wing back against Forest. Could he, though? Has he played left wing back at all for Chelsea this season? I don't think. I really don't think Graham Potter likes him there. Like Lewis Hall could play there. I'm gonna have a look now. I don't know if Cucurella has played there at all. Okay, so he played there against Everton and Spurs, and he played there against West Ham. When did Graham Potter join? Graham Potter, he was definitely in charge. Yeah, he was in charge for the Villa game, wasn't he? See, against Brentford, he was left wing back. He was only on the pitch for 61 minutes. He hasn't played left wing back that much. I think Cucurella is a perfectly good short-term punt. I just worry about when Chilwell might be back. Would he take one of those games in game week 19? Possibly. I just don't know. Saw Pele playing a friendly. Nice. I saw Messi playing a friendly once. It's the only time I've seen Messi play. It was in Ireland. Can't remember who they were playing now. I feel like it was Celtic. It was the biggest cheer for him when he's like, his face was shown on the cameras before the game. Like, even like more than like Suarez. I can't remember if Neymar was there. I don't think he was there. It was when he was at Barcelona. Chilwell is the same as James, gets a game and gets injured again. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. I guess the thing with Chilwell is, even though he's back in training, is how quickly will he actually come back into the side, especially after what's just happened to James. So Cucurella, I think Cucurella is probably okay for 18 and 19. Beyond that, who knows? Who knows? I think the fixtures are good enough to take the punt if you want to go for him. I quite like Azpilicueta though. He's a bit cheaper too. I guess it's only 0.3 million. I've made my transfer yet. Oh, excuse me. I've done Wilson to Mitrovic. Start Andreas ahead of Wilson, or just transfer Wilson to Mitrovic. I mean, are you going to do that move next week anyway? Because if you are, just do it now, I guess. I'm hearing chatter that Cancelo won't start again this game week. Rico Lewis has impressed Pep a lot and will get a run. Yeah, maybe. Could happen. That would be pretty annoying, especially when I considered Edison and a cheaper defender instead, like Cucurella. But it is what it is. Should I start Ben White or Shaw? Shaw, I think. Rashford versus Martinelli to start this week. Oh. Who would I start out of those two? I'm looking at it there on my own team. Brighton away is the harder fixture. Arsenal probably the slightly better, well, the better team. I don't know. Flip a coin, maybe? I'd probably default to Rashford just for the slightly easier game, but I mean, honestly, I feel like you could flip a coin. Or just find a way to play both of them, because I wouldn't like to be benching either. Thoughts on playing the triple captainship on Haaland against Everton? Haaland's literally got 2 double game weeks in game week 20 and 23. I don't know why you would use it in a single game week, to be honest. I know he's great, but surely you just bank on him in a double. Should I sell De Bruyne if he blanks game and frees up a lot of money to spend elsewhere? I mean, possibly. Yeah. I mean, I've said this for a long time now, and I stick by. I don't think De Bruyne is as good as Salah as an option. So you could just go straight to Salah, but I wouldn't really make your whole transfer strategy based on whether he blanks or not. He's either a good option or he's not. Like, if you think you can redistribute the funds, great. But there might be other players that are more important, especially if you want to bring in double game week players or something like that. What's likely that Martinelli will keep his place in midfield with Smith Rowe coming back? I mean, I think very, 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 very high because Smith Rowe has not played for ages and Arsenal have been very good, and part of that is Martinelli. So he may take some minutes off Martinelli. Like if Martinelli was going to play 80 minutes one match, he may now play 70 because Smith Rowe's there. But I think in terms of starts, I don't see Martinelli going anywhere, to be honest with you. Start 2 Newcastle defenders, thoughts? I mean, if they're better than all your other defenders, nothing wrong with it. People are benching solid players like Rashford and Martinelli for Andreas. Yeah, I mean, Andreas is good, but I would question some of the players people are benching for him this week. You have Ward, who has Liverpool. I have Ward, who has Liverpool, and I have Sanchez against Arsenal. I mean, Brighton are a better team. I mean, attacking-wise, that Arsenal and Liverpool are quite similar, so I just played Sanchez. Mudrick, that's probably not how you pronounce that name. More likely to take minutes off Martinelli. Yeah, but let's see if they sign him first. I mean, you need squad depth, right? So Martinelli has in no way been bad, so he could just continue starting no matter who they sign, right? I get it, you don't spend that much money on someone you're not going to play, but I don't know, maybe Martinelli will become an issue. If Marseille does become an issue for minutes, that does make it a little bit easier for me in terms of transfers later on, at least. That would be like a small silver lining. Martinelli or Pulisic? Martinelli. If you had to, would you bench Nunez or Martial this week? If I had to, I'd bench Martial, but again, I'd obviously want to play both of them. Best goalie to pick right now? Kepa. What are your thoughts on Martial for one of Mount, Foden or Kulusevski? I mean, I think all three of them will start, and they've all got pretty good fixtures. So I think, again, if I had to, I'd probably bench Martial with those 4. Update on Wilson is that he's doing better. They're going to see if they can get him in the squad. Seems unlikely he'll start, but who knows? Who knows? Why don't you have Darwin? He looks like a good pick. I mean, there's lots of players that are good picks, but you can't have everyone, right? I mean, if Cancelo does end up getting benched again, I will wish I'd gone the Darwin route, but let's see. Let's see what happens. Martinez for Man United, playing or not? I don't know, but he is available now. So I think as soon as Ten Hag can get him in, he will play again, yeah. Azpilicueta or Cucurella? Oh, I feel like I would go Azpilicueta, but I don't like Chelsea fans. Let me know. Is that crazy? Surely Azpilicueta's minutes right now are as good as Cucurella's. Surely. Who else is going to play right back with James out? Unless he plays like Chalobah or someone at right back, or even plays like, I don't know, Pulisic or Sterling or a wide player at right wing back. I don't know. Surely Azpilicueta just gets a few. I know, like, how old is Azpilicueta now? Like, in footballing terms, he must be getting on a little bit, right? Not in... Oh, he's only 33. Only 33. Seeing how many... Yeah, he hasn't played a huge amount of minutes, obviously. He's played right back, centre back, right mid, right back, centre back. I don't know. I feel like Azpilicueta is just as good as Cucurella, if not better, and he's cheaper. Unless Chelsea sign someone, obviously. Then it's a little bit different. Oh, excuse me. Martial or Andreas? I have Mitrovic as well. Martial. Let's captain Salah. Well, you can. I'm not gonna. Who should I start? Perisic or White? Perisic. Gone Darwin. Crazy. Haaland minutes reduced. Yeah. They could be reduced. I still don't think they'll be reduced enough where he's a bad option, but let's see, I guess. think Dave's minutes are safer than Cucurella? I mean, while Chilwell is not fit, then I don't think they're any better, but I think they're kind of the same, and he's cheaper. I guess it depends on what you think is more likely to happen first. Chilwell to be fit to start a game, or Chelsea to sign a new right back. I guess that's, and I don't know which one's going to be first. I mean, to be honest, Game Week 18 is like deadlines now, 19 deadlines in a few days, so Cucurella should be fine. I can't imagine they sign someone that's going to play in those games either. So I feel like I'd just go for the cheap one. But hardly anyone seems to be talking about Azpilicueta, so I feel like I'm probably just wrong about it. The Broken Machine, thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying things. No news on Dallo. I think he's back in training, but I don't think Ten Hag has spoken about him or anything like that. 90% Cancelo not starting. Very reliable source. Yeah, it's not a lot I can do, to be honest. I'm not going to take a hit. I'll have Patterson against Man City away instead. Where's everyone seeing this Ronaldo stuff? It will be a bit annoying if Cancelo doesn't start, though. Oh, Barstool Football have said it. Oh, lots of people are saying it. So he has signed. Has he really signed for Al Nassr? And then we're supposed to believe that Ten Hag should have been playing him. I mean, come on. What about all those clubs that wanted him? Let me have a look here. Just love your flashy ways. No, there was loads of Champions League clubs that wanted him, apparently. It was disrespectful to not play him. Ronaldo was struggling to pay high energy costs. Possibly. 90% Cancelo not starting. Oh, I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. Lars meant to say another cracking your content. Thank you very much for all your support. Happy New Year to you as well. Start Doherty or Shaw. I think you've got to start Doherty, haven't you? Home to Villa. He does need the money. He does need the money. I don't know how legit the Cancelo news is, to be honest. I can't really verify it. Oh, I've just seen a journalist say, contrary to what Guardiola said today, Julian Alvarez arrived earlier than expected in Manchester and trained this afternoon with the Man City squad. Puts him more in contention for the Chelsea game next week, and he could even make the bench tomorrow. Interesting. I don't think it really changes too much with. What's it called? Haaland, because he'll probably start either way, but I guess he could come off a bit earlier. Someone did mess me about Man City news before, but I can't remember who it was. Choose on your own, man. Willian for the big Fulham differential. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I don't know what his numbers are looking like now, but they were looking pretty good. Obviously, small sample size. He seems to be getting pretty regular minutes as well. And Fulham, you know, they like to attack. I'm never going to play a mod for Final Fantasy 9 ever, to be honest with you. I do like Final Fantasy 9, yeah. Wilson for Mitrovic or Havertz? Probably say Mitrovic. Kukurea or Shaw. If I was getting someone this week, I'd probably just go for Kukurea. But there's nothing wrong with Shaw if you want to go for him instead. Trosso, whenever I play him, he gets 2 points max. He does feel a bit like a Zaha type, right? So it's funny you should say, how's my day been, right? So I got up. I've been feeling ill over Christmas. So yesterday and today, I mean, I was very hungover yesterday. But yesterday and today are the first time I haven't felt ill for like 7 days. So that was good. So I get up and I walk the dog. I come home. And then, well, it all started last night. So last night, I had the tiniest, like, you wouldn't even be able to see it, tiniest chip in one of my teeth for ages, right? Years. And then last night, I was eating a few crisps, and then I felt a bit of a crunch. Didn't think anything of it. And I rubbed my tongue on my tooth and realised there was a big hole there where it basically just chipped off the side. So ring the dentist at 9 o'clock this morning. Get a appointment for a dentist I've never been to before, 11:45. I'm like, right, I really need to quickly shower. I really need to quickly record final thoughts so I can get it uploaded before I go to the dentist. So I go in the bathroom, and our bathroom door has been broken for a while, where basically the latch doesn't connect to the handle, so it won't go down. So we just prop it open with a towel. No problem. So I prop it open with a towel. I think the door's open a little bit too far. So I go to push the towel in with my foot, and I put my body weight on the door, and it's shut, and I couldn't get out. So for like 20 minutes, I'm just sat in the bathroom, not able to get out. Then I realised there's a pair of scissors in the bathroom. And so I was able to just, after about 20 minutes, I remembered the scissors. I was able to push the latch and then get out. And then I rushed to do final thoughts, rushed to the dentist. So I've had that filled in today. My mouth was numb earlier. And yeah, my day's been good apart from that. We called a locksmith. Luckily, we were able to cancel it. So that was my day. I mean, and then I got a Boojums afterwards, and then some guy saw me in there that kind of recognised me but didn't say hi. You're lucky you have access to a dentist when you need it. Most in the UK not registered one are effed if they have an emergency. Yeah, it was pretty lucky, yeah. My regular dentist was shut. Great way to end the year, yeah. I'm just glad I was just sat there on the bathroom floor thinking, there must be something in here I can try and get the door open with. So I was trying the end of a toothpaste packet, but it wasn't strong enough. And then I remember there was a pair of scissors in there. So, just, you know, whacked the latch. I'm just glad that I was able to get the video done. And that the tooth was sorted. When is your birthday? We all chip in for a new door. Well, actually, 3 of my doors in my house are broken, all with the same issue where the latch has just come off the handle. They must just be rubbish doors. I love how you're so unfazed in life. Best way to be, bring back your second channel. Which one, though? I've got 2 second channels. I've got a second and a third channel. There are 15 minutes left. Please focus on FPL. Yeah, sorry, I didn't even realise the time. This is the good thing about making your transfer for a deadline stream. I'm much calmer. Next intro to Mission Impossible. Omar, sorry, this is why you're saying it, because you've put a thing in the chat. Thank you very much for being a member for 4 months. Would you sell James if you had to start Bueno -4? I'd be tempted, but probably not, to be honest. Is it worth transferring out James for Perisic for a -4, since my only sub available is Nico Williams? Did Nico Williams start against United? I mean, I was watching the game, so I should have known. I was watching it on I was watching it on my phone with no sound. I feel like I can't remember if he started. He didn't. He didn't start the game before that either. So in your case, I probably would take a hit for James if Nico Williams is your only option. More of the story, always keep a pair of scissors in the bathroom. I am probably going to leave them in there now, just in case. Suppose you're not going for Salah differential this week. I'm tempted, can't lie. I can't do it. I can't take the pain anymore. I agree with everything people are saying in the chat. Salah could have better minutes than Haaland this week. Absolutely. He might be the one that gets the penalty, right? Oh, he came off injured. He was on the bench, right? So Salah and Leicester at home is a really good fixture. The problem is Haaland's great. Everton at home is a great fixture. His effective ownership about 190%. Just don't want to fight it. Just do not want to fight it. I honestly, not even tempted. No idea if Walker's starting. What's your Boojum order? Mexican rice, pinto beans, chicken, mild salsa, sweet corn, lettuce, cheese. Job done. Job done. Should I do Martial to Mitrovic or just roll? I feel like I would probably roll. But if you're going to do it next week anyway, I would do it this week. That's what I've said all along. So if you're going to do it next week anyway, just do it this week. Oh man, Archie, you've got me worried now about Cancelo. I mean, why is it 90% not starting? Why is it 90%? And the game is tomorrow, so there is every chance that somebody has the team right now. If he doesn't start again, that does put a massive spanner in the works for me. Like, massive spanner in the works. Because Patterson will definitely be coming on for me against Man City. If I was more sure about how legit that Cancelo info is, I would probably sell James for a hit. Yeah, I got no... Like, I'll be honest, I don't know if that news is reliable at all. And also, I don't get why it's 90% starting. Like, having dealt with people that get team news... It's never percentage. They just tell you they're over starting or not. Someone put a super chat in earlier and said, first of all, they said, I can't remember what they said first of all now. Oh yeah, I'm hearing chatter that Cancelo won't start again this week. Rico Lewis has impressed Pep a lot and will get a run. And then 90% Cancelo not starting. Very reliable source, but I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to act on it. Put it that way. I haven't had a DM from someone at blue tick. It's a super chat from someone. They could be right. They might have the info, but I don't know, so I'm not going to act on it. Doo-doo. 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 The fact that he came on last time makes me think he'll start, so I'm going to keep him. If Patterson comes in, we'll just hope for a miracle. We'll just hope for an absolute miracle. I've got Wilson, Solanke and Kulusevski. Which two out of those three would you play? Can't have all three playing this week. Risk Wilson with his fitness. I mean, Solanke, Bournemouth have got Palace at home. I think he's okay to play. I'd probably play Solanke and Kulusevski, to be honest. I don't think the other two are so bad that you got to risk minutes for Wilson. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, it's a Man City player. We can't be completely shocked if Cancelo doesn't start, but I'm not gonna worry about it, to be honest. Got a non-playing bench, considering a -4 Mitrovic to Wilson, so Andreas will come on for someone if another player doesn't play. Yeah, if you're gonna do that move anyway, it could be good. But Andreas is perfectly fine to play. Yeah, but to be honest, in this case, if Cancelo is benched and he comes on, that is probably better for me than having Patterson, to be honest with you. Like, put it this way, I'm so worried about Patterson this week that I don't think Greenwood is going to start necessarily, and yeah, I'm playing him ahead of Patterson. Because I just think that is the kind of game Patterson comes away with minus points from. I back a Salah goal, but Haaland starts on 8 points. Look, it's the same as all those other weeks where I've captained Salah. It's pretty close because Salah's got a really good fixture. His minutes are very good and he's on penalties as well. Salah is a great option this week. It's just trying to back against Haaland just always hurts. But if Salah outscores Haaland this week, it wouldn't be a surprise to me. I'm just telling you from experience that when you get it wrong, it really hurts. But if you get it right, it could be amazing. But I just don't think it's worth it now. At the moment, anyway. Like, I'll back against Haaland next week. It's not like I'm completely afraid to do it, but I'll do it next week because there's a double game week, right? And it'll be straight back to Haaland for game week 20. Start Cucurella over Doherty. I'd probably start Doherty. No guarantee he starts, I guess, but it's a pretty good fixture. She's got less than 10 minutes to the deadline. Oh, I can't stop coughing. Excuse me. News on Gakpo's price. Yeah, it was released earlier. He's 8 million midfielder. Do you reckon he could get good minutes? Yes, but not necessarily this week. Do I risk Wilson or play Martinelli? I would definitely play Martinelli over risking Wilson. Like, 100%. My God. Saving transfers for the doubles for game week 19. Praying Nunez gets points tonight. Nunez will get you something. It's just a case of how much. He'll get you something. He's a great option. No. No, no. So confused about Darwin. I've put him in, but he keeps missing sitters. Should we focus more on players that outperform XG rather than pure XG? Yeah, but yeah, I mean, players that get good XG and also score above it is good. But like, I think people are making a bigger like, it is frustrating watching Nunez sometimes, but his numbers are pretty good, right? He scored 5 goals from 5.9 XG. Before the game, it was 5 goals from 4.7 XG, right? So he was above. So there's every chance it evens out this week, right? Oh my God, I cannot stop coughing. So I've gone from last week where I had a sore throat and the voice was strained, but there wasn't much coughing, to now the voice isn't strained, but I'm coughing more. This stream needs more drama. This is the thing when everyone says you just put the drama on. I absolutely don't. And there's no drama because I've done my transfer and I'm going to captain Haaland, and that is it. There's no last minute news. There's no players that I'm worried about not starting. I mean, it could happen, but I'm not really worried about it. So it is kind of stress-free for me, really. I mean, don't get me wrong. If Cancelo was confirmed not to be starting right now, that would lead to a bit of a headache, and I would probably just do James to Cucurella. But, oh, no. No. Oh, I don't know if I can fix that. Oh, I don't know if I can fix that, honestly. Well, that's a problem. Why was I chatting about no drama? Oh, fuck it. Hang on. Oh, I have to get on the floor. Oh, it's not coming back. Oh. It's not coming back at all. Oh. There we go. I'm literally on the floor. Hang on. Oh. So the issue is, I always like kick my feet up under the desk, and so it clicks the cable. Annoying. Yeah, not my day. Yeah, if that had happened like when I'm waiting to make a transfer, that would have probably been quite annoying. But right, let me just check. So we're on Haaland captain. Yeah, I think we just leave it at that. Zaha or Andreas? This week, Zaha. Drama approved. Now, what? Yeah, what are the chances? Now start popping balloons and shouting, "No, not my FPL team." I think people with headphones would kill me if I did that. I'm not kicking the desk, it's the wires underneath. I don't really have too much cable manager or anything like that. Martial to Mitrovic. Again, if you're going to do it next week anyway, I would do it this week. But if next week Mitrovic has a yellow and you're not going to do it, then I would just wait, if that makes sense. Better than EastEnders. I can't believe Mick saved Janine first. Cancelo won't start, possibly, yeah. Punt on Darwin captain are not worth the risk. I mean, he's not a bad option, but I think Salah and Haaland are both better. Did you make a secret transfer? No, you would have seen it still. It was only the camera that went. Everything else was normal. I'm boiling now. It's hot in here. I would assume that Cancelo will play, but I honestly don't have any inside information, so I just don't know. I hope for the best and hope that he does. It'd be really annoying if he doesn't. Oh, interesting. Team News and Ticks has just said, funny thing about the Liverpool leaks that have been around all day is that they are wrong, but nothing that will affect everyone's FPL team, so no stress. So that sounds like Trent, Robertson, Nunez and Salah are all still starting, but I would assume that Oxlade-Chamberlain's not starting. And it's probably Harvey Elliott instead, something like that. Yeah, Kanate could play as well. Would you potentially use your bench boost this week if you had a good bench? I mean, I guess I'd be tempted every week that I've got a good bench, but I'll probably just wait. Yeah, Kanate could play for sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens. See what happens. How long we got to the deadline? 1 minute 37 seconds. I think I'm gonna go and eat some cheese for dinner. At this point, like, how much is the human body made up of water? A lot, right? I think the rest is cheese for me at the moment. I knew this stream would be way more chilled out than normal. Next week I got a dilemma. I think, right, there's a chance. Is there a chance that I could just roll the transfer next week? Yeah, 70% water, 30% cheese. Oh, I need to go to the gym tomorrow because I've been ill. I've not been. The problem is, like, I'm not looking forward to it because I know now it'll feel like the first day back for ages. It'll be like the first day you go to the gym, so everything will be sore afterwards. I'd say I'm more brie than mozzarella. Yeah, not long to the deadline now. Make sure you lock your transfers in. I am absolutely stressing about what I might do or what I might not do. There we go. Haaland captain, Salah vice. Come on, Mason Mount, get another return. To be the one that saves me. Which formation would you go for? I mean, depends on which players you got. I would worry less about the rotation, just worry more about the players you're playing, right? The wall. Someone's just messaged me. Not about Cancelo, don't worry. And we are locked. Well, that was exciting. That was exciting. I am excited. Well, the website hasn't crashed because we're not unlimited transfers and stuff, are we? And there's no major team news to wait for. Make sure to give the stream a like before you go. Hit subscribe if you haven't already as well. Why not? I think there is an outside chance. I'll see if I can swing it. I think there is an outside chance that I do a knee-jerk stream tomorrow. But I probably won't be able to do it right after the Arsenal-Brighton game, but I might be able to do it soon afterwards. I think there's a chance. Otherwise, I could do it on New Year's Day, but I think I'll probably just do a video instead. So we'll see. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. Good luck to Darwin Nunez owners. Let's hope Salah smashes it again against Leicester. Watch-alongs? Nah, not at the moment. Is it cheese dependent? Not really. I don't know. It's New Year's Eve, you know. New Year's Eve. Anyway, give the stream a like if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button. Good luck this week, and I will catch you again. I'll catch you again tomorrow. See you later.